Hey, Jeff here. I just thought I had a few minutes this evening. I would throw together a quick thread response. So I just kind of grabbed a camera and put it up there. So I don't have all the setup going here. So I'm sorry if I look a little different. But anyway, Chris Propfe, Musically Obsessed, a couple days ago did a Show Me Your 1974. Started a thread. I thought, hey, let's look at this. Let's try this. 1974. So I first started buying albums, as I've told stories before, around 1977, 78. But in years past, since I've gotten back into vinyl, and actually as I've gotten a little older, I've expanded my music collection to go beyond being just one of those '80s metalheads that listens to a lot of that stuff, and I have acquired a lot of stuff. So I said, well, let me go back and look and see what I got, see if I got enough things here to show. Now, part of what makes this kind of tough is so the best way to try to figure out what albums I've got. I have them all on Discogs, so let's just sort them based on date and see what we got in 1974. But here is one of the issues: if you've bought an album that was released in 1974, but you bought a reissue, well, Discogs shows the reissue date, so you found out it wasn't quite as easy to track down exact 1974 albums. I had to really give some thought to, I know this band released stuff at that time frame, and then kind of in some ways manually look through some of them. But most of the ones I found, and which means I might have more that I'm unaware of, but the ones I did find were the ones I could quickly identify. And so I thought I would go ahead and jump on this. So let's get started. Bad Company, 1974, the first Bad Company album, on the Led Zeppelin label there. Pretty much almost like a best of, because these are all the songs that you hear all the time on the radio still. Still some of their biggest hits. Can't Get Enough, Rocksteady, Ready for Love. I mean, Bad Company. It's just, a great album. 1974, the first one with Paul Rogers and Company. This one, I literally actually listened to this just a couple days ago. So, Elf, LA 69. Now, if you're familiar, Elf is the early band of Ronnie James Dio. And this is their first album, 1974. It is entitled LA 59. It was later reissued under Carolina Country Ball. So you may have seen it that way in reissues, but it was originally released as LA 59. And so, yeah, I listened to this just the other day. It's groovy stuff. This is one of the reissues I was talking about, but I was able to, I realized that this would have been that time frame. This is Montrose Paper Money. This is the recent deluxe reissue, remaster, reissue, bonus album, bonus live show. But anyway, this is the second Montrose album with Sammy Hagar on vocals. It's not as great, in my opinion, as the first Montrose album from the year before, but it's still Sammy Hagar, Montrose, required purchasing, and I got it for a great price. I mean, I did a video, it was like $10 or so. Anyway, so I had to get it. I do want to get the first album, remastered or original, whichever. But yes, Montrose, Paper Money. Soundtrack, Phantom of the Paradise with Paul Williams. And this was in 1974. That would have made me 8 years old. And I went to this movie, I think, at least half a dozen times. Might have even been more. I had everybody that I could get to take me to go to this movie. Brothers, friends, or whatever. I want to say it's a Brian De Palma film. I want to say it might have been rated PG, so I don't think I had an issue getting in. It wasn't like it was rated R. There was one scene at the end, kind of a scary scene that always kind of freaked me out, and as a kid, it just kind of was freaking me out. I might have even closed my eyes a couple times, but loved the movie, loved the songs. I don't know why. I just got so infatuated with the whole idea. Kind of a play on Phantom of the Opera, a guy with the mask, writing songs, yada yada. But if you haven't seen it, it's just a cult classic. It has went on to be a cult classic. People, they could do reunion shows and where they get all the cast together and they do talks and, like a Comic-Con type thing. They show up at things like that. There's been super expensive dolls and, action figures and stuff released over the past 10 years or so, things that are way out of my price range. But I love the music. It's got a wide variety of just strange music, all kinds of styles. Great stuff. Check out the movie if you haven't. Another one of those reissues that I was able to identify, but the first Judas Priest album, Rock and Roll Up. This is the Record Store Day from a couple years, Black Friday. And you can see here, I got it. I just realized that it was $24 and it didn't sell after a while, and they marked it down to $13.99. So I had to grab that. It is a reissue. It's on Coke bottle, clear. But yes, first Judas Priest album, and as I showed in my Record Store Day video, now the second one has just been reissued on Record Store Day, and I'm telling you, I did that video yesterday when I got all the Record Store Day stuff. Now I've had the time to listen to them all, and the Judas Priest is phenomenal. Sounds great. 45 RPM. Oh, it is just phenomenal. I sat on the couch between the speakers, played it. The division between the instruments, it was just an experience. It was great finally getting a copy of that on vinyl. Anyway, another great one, 1974. All right, let's show the one Chris showed, Kiss. First album, 1974, but the same year that they released that, they also released Hotter Than Hell. 2 albums in 1 year. The band put out like 3 albums in barely over a year, less than 2 years it seems like. They were just pumping out music in the early days. So yes, 1974, we got double kisses, baby. All right, the next few are going to be contemporary Christian stuff. Second Chapter of Acts. Second Chapter of Acts is a vocal group, brothers and sisters. They have great harmonies, phenomenal stuff over the years. They put out a lot of music. Well, when they were younger, this is 1974, they had this album. I found it in a thrift store, and it was in superb condition. I wasn't familiar with the music. This would have been in that Jesus music era in the 70s, kind of the hippie stuff. But I was surprised because I have some of their later stuff, and it's very melodic and very pretty. This, has some guitar work on it and some instrumentation that I was kind of surprised to find in the 70s. So it really it wasn't as mellow as I thought. But yeah, great album, 1974. Another one I found in a thrift store, Honey Tree, The Way I Feel, 1974. Female guitar singer-songwriter type stuff. She's done some work with Phil Keaggy, who has been on some of her albums and stuff, and I guess they're friends. They've done music together and live. But anyway, I found this one not too many months ago, actually. I have a couple of her albums because they seem to pop up in the thrift store. Not so much thrift stores, but some of the Salvation Army stores and some of the ones that seem to carry more religious stuff that I find. But yeah, so great stuff. So that's it. 1974 in a nutshell. Like I say, I may have some other albums from that year, but it's those were the ones I could easily identify and throw together this quick video. So there you go, Chris, jumping on the train for the thread, and check him out. I'll have a link to his video below, and that's about it for now. Later. Rock on.